off as dollar store finds, and some of them not even from the Christmas section. I'm Anna, and let me show you how easy it was to turn dollar store finds into cute Christmas decor. I picked up this tree at Dollarama for $4, and it's a pretty sad looking tree. I mean, they usually are. It is only $4. And I have this terracotta pot, which I think these are really cute. And I don't know, I like the shape. They're classic and they're just cute. I think that if I put these two together and just to add just a little bit of attention and love to this tree, I think I can make it look really, really good. So the tree will get attention later, so I'm going to put him aside, and I'm going to start with a terracotta pot. First thing, a nice coat of black paint. Yeah, just to kind of classy it up a little. Okay, I think black is classy. It looks nice. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going really classy with craft paint, but it's going to look good. So I'm going to start at the bottom and just paint away. I've done 2 coats of paint and painted the inside, so now I'm just going to add some sealer. I want the tree permanently fixed into the terracotta pot. I don't want this to be decor I have to assemble every year, but the tree base doesn't come off or fit the pot. Brute force solved that problem. I started with a hammer, but really you can just snap off the tabs with pliers really, really easily. Then my good old friend regular hot glue. I covered the bottom of the tree base with the glue, pressed it into the pot, and let it cool down completely. Easy. This is holding really well, actually way better than I expected, but I left the tag on, so I do have to pull that off. And then I'm just going to fluff the tree so it doesn't look so mangled. And then we're gonna add like the magic. First, this tag. Like I should have just took it off before I glued it in. Okay, it's off. Let's fluff the tree. Just kind of like you do like your Christmas tree when you take it out of the box at the beginning of the season. It's not the fullest tree, and it's not like the nicest little fake pines. It's just definitely plasticky. So I grabbed a whole bunch of my extra little greenery that I have bought over the years. Some of it still is dollar store, but I'm going to add it to this tree just to make it look fuller and nicer. Like this is just a different color, so when I add it in, it just kind of just makes it look a little less dollar store, even though it's just kind of dollar store and dollar store. But that's my plan, and it does look really good. So here's just another, this is like a bigger branch, and I'm gonna try to stick this one in and kind of like weave it into the original tree branches. See? It looks like it's part of the tree, but it's just bougier looking. Yeah, okay, got a few more. I now have a much fuller, much bougier looking tree. And I mean, this black pot totally does it. Now you can add more to it. Like you can add, I think these little silver berries or white or whatever color berries you have, I think these look really cute, but I don't know how neutral I'm going with my decor just yet. So I'm not adding them right away, but I might. I mean, just that looks cute. Just adds a little. But what I am for sure going to add right now are some lights. I have these fairy lights. They're really light, like really thin. I think you can see them on the camera. See, I just turned them on. So I have the little power flicky thing here, and I have my hot glue gun, and I'm just going to glue this on the inside of the pot, and then just really carefully wrap the little wire lights on the inside. Thinking about it now, I probably should have did the lights before I added all the branches, but it's still gonna be all right. So a little bit of hot glue and adding it to this pot. Okay, let's get the lights on. This little dollar store tree sure got a glow up. I'm loving the black base. It just, I don't know, really gives it just like a really nice, classy feel. Now, depending on your decor, you could change the color of the base. Shiny red sounds really nice, but also you can add little bulbs or whatever else goes with your decor. Maybe like something that looks like a little garland. How cute would that be? But my decor is pretty neutral and simple, so this just is perfect. And it looks like something I would have spent way more money on, like picking it up from like Homesense or even Michael's. Like this is, yeah, simple way to make a really inexpensive tree look amazing. What's next? Just kidding, I am not going to leave it like this. I decided to add a little bit of an accent to it. So I just have some ribbon here, 2 different black ribbons that I tied to another piece of like evergreen, because it's like twist tie now. And I'm just gonna add that on. Oh, even better. So bougie. Okay, so I'm gonna twist tie on my little greenery. And there, now I have a little bow. And I need to trim the bottoms because I like them angled. So I'm just gonna trim these. I wanna trim, no, like that, no, like this, yeah. I love the long cascading bow. Ah, there. Okay, now it's done, for real, I promise. Now I want to make a little sign. So I picked up this wood placard, I guess that's what they're called, from the Dollar Tree. And I like this one because it has like the little grooves. So it looks like, I don't know, I just like that. It looks like, okay, it gives it more character. It doesn't look just like flat wood because they are actually grooves. So this is the one that I picked. And then I bought this little cute ornament. I just love it. It says ski lift. And it's just like little skis. It's so cute. And no, I totally don't ski. I don't do sports. I do crafts. So, but I just thought it was so adorable. So I have these 2 things, and that's pretty much what you need. Some wood placard thing, and then an ornament that's flat enough to be able to glue on your sign. And just to like kind of, I don't know, give it a little bit more detail, I have this cute little napkin. And it has little Christmas trees on it. Yeah, it's like a napkin, like I just had a lovely snack and I need to wipe up. So that's all you need. Like those are your basic supplies. And to kind of get this started, I need to paint my placard white. So just got some dollar store, so much dollar store, right? I spent a lot of time there. So some dollar store paint, and I'm going to paint my little placard. I just love that word, placard. I'm going to paint my placard white. That's the start. And to make it easier on myself, I am going to remove the little hangy twine and then paint my placard. It's not an award-winning paint job, but I got white pretty much everywhere on the front, and I also want to do the sides just because you'll see that because it's a sign. So I'm going to do the sides as well. Now that the white paint is all dry, I need to apply Mod Podge all over it. But before I do that, I just want to clean everything up with just a little bit of sandpaper that I'm wrapping around a popsicle stick, just to kind of get in these grooves. The board's ready, so I need to get my napkin ready. Let's see. I'm just trying to line it up to see how I like it. Well, I'm gonna cut right here and call it a day. All right, I have my napkin cut slightly bigger than I need it, and I have a piece of saran here, some plastic cling wrap, that's going to act as my transfer paper. And now, what I think is the most interesting part of the project, you have to peel the printed part of the napkin off of the backing. I don't know, I just think that's kind of cool that you have to do that. Like, it's just interesting that someone thought of this once. They probably could see better than me though. It does come apart super, super easy. You do have to be careful, but it does peel apart quite nicely. So this is now like Kleenex, which maybe I'll use for wiping up, I don't know. And then look at, kind of looks better already. Anyway, so this now I'm going to flip over on my saran cling wrap transfer paper. I just want to show you why you use cling wrap or this saran wrap. So you put it on, nice and smooth. It does move around, so you think, oh, this isn't a great idea, but watch. It totally sticks. Aha! Like, I'm really moving this around. But yeah, that's why you use the cling wrap. But you can move it around, but man, when you lift it up, it just stays. Not my idea, but still totally genius. And now we're gonna focus on the board again, which just gets covered with some Mod Podge. Mod Podge, I always say it wrong. I always do a J here, but it's Mod Podge. Like, you don't have to do like a great job, just make sure you cover your whole board because you want your napkin to stick well. Now I have my transfer paper with my napkin image and I'm just gonna apply it. Just put it right on, right where I kind of wanted it. Smooth it out, just what I'm trying to do. With the saran on top, you don't have to be as careful. Like, I'm not gonna rip the paper as I'm smoothing it out. Okay. So my image is on and we can see, yeah, it totally is kind of a little bit too big. So I'm just gonna rip it all off, rip my excess off. It doesn't matter if it's messy because we're just gonna sand it down to make it look good. This little part here I kind of tore, that's okay because we're gonna just put Mod Podge over it again. And I wanna make these really distinct lines. So cutting through this too. Oops, okay, this spot here needs a little more Mod Podge. So I'm gonna stop with the sanding and I'm just gonna move on to applying another coat of Mod Podge over everything, and then I'll sand down my little crisp lines when it all dries. I don't want to ruin it anymore. First, your Mod Podge acts like glue, and now it just acts like sealer. This is dry enough to continue now. So what I want to do is, there's just some extra paper that's kind of hanging off the sides, and it's not really clean on the insides, my little tracks here. So I just want to sand any of that down. And if there's something on the surface I don't like, I'm going to give that a sanding too. So, easy. I'm happy with how the board turned out. So now I can move on to finishing touches. And the first one is going to be to put the little hanger back on. Now, if you didn't want to, once you cover it up, you kind of don't see the holes. So you could just use that just as a sign that leans. So that's an option, but I kind of like how this looks, so I'm gonna add it back. So I'm just poking it out with just this little, oh, this was for like weeding. It's a weeding tool. Oh, there we go. Holes again, and I'm just going to slide this through, hopefully. There. So now you can see that. I just think that's kind of cute. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. All right, so this is ready. It looks kind of cute, right? And now for the last part. Now, I just happen to like this one. You can use any one, any ornament or any holiday decor-y piece you got. And this one was an ornament, so I don't need this hanging part off. I don't need to hang it anymore because I'm just going to glue it right on to my board. So I'm going to cut that off, and hopefully it doesn't really show too much once it's cut off. Okay, that's off. And now I just need to hot glue this right on. Oh, you're cute. Hot glue, let's go. Yeah. So simple, but wow, quite a dramatic change. I've decided to want to hang this on my kitchen window, like above the sink. And since the back is painted white, I thought it'd be cute to add like a little bit, you know, like when you walk by. So this says Jingle Bells, and then there's like a little top, so it looks like a little ornament. So I just cut that out on the Cricut, and I'm gonna add it to the back. So when you like walk by my kitchen, it's just cute. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. A little extra. And here's how it turned out. kind of cute, eh? For what it is. I don't know if this even costs $5. Definitely not. Definitely less than $5. Ooh. And this, because I've decided to put this in the kitchen, it kind of inspired me to do like a little theme around that kitchen area. So I do have leftover, like just some more napkins, and I hit up the Dollar Tree again and picked up just a few other things that I thought would kind of work in the kitchen sink area. So I got like a soap dispenser, some candles, and a candle holder that is gold and totally doesn't match, so it'll get a great makeover. But I thought I could combine these and just make like a whole little, I don't know, themed kitchen thing, which I also thought would make a great gift. Like if you just made everything themed, it'd be a great gift. So I'm going to be using the same method that I used on the wood sign on this soap dispenser. Cut the napkin to size. And separate out the printed layer and place it face down on the plastic wrap. Coat the soap dispenser with Mod Podge. As careful as I can, I'm going to wrap the napkin around. And now add another coat of Mod Podge over your napkin transfer. Then I'll leave it to dry completely for a couple days, and then I'll protect it with a layer of top coat, or a couple layers of top coat. And now onto the candles. This one's wax, and this one is, well, plastic. So the method is similar, but kind of totally different. They start off the same, they completely veer off in different directions, and then you finish them in the same way. So, yeah, let's see how that goes. So I'm going to start with the plastic one. So I'm going to take off the plastic wrap with scissors. Okay, now I just have, I don't know, just a white plastic. It's not bad for Dollar Tree. And I need to cut my napkin to size and then coat it with Mod Podge and then let it dry completely. So, sounds pretty easy. Let's see. I don't want the napkin to overlap at all. So I'm going to try to be super careful. Super exact, maybe. Okay, right at this tree. Now this is completely coated. I'm just gonna leave it to dry. My Mod Podge covered candle is dry. My napkin's separated and ready, and I have parchment paper and my heat press set to low. So let's go. I'm just gonna line this up. Lines up pretty well. Wrap this in parchment paper now. And start applying heat. The heat's going to like reactivate the glue, which I guess the Mod Podge, and it's gonna make it stick. And make sure you're on low settings. You wanna like melt your plastic. And this is how it turned out. This method gives it a smooth, smooth, smooth finish. And the last thing I need to do is just give it one coat of Mod Podge all over, just to give it more of a candle look instead of just a paper look. The wax candle is a little bit different. I've cut my napkin to size. I still have to separate it. And here's a little tip if you're having trouble separating the napkin. Just take a piece of tape and stick it on one of the corners. And then it's just so much easier to peel off because the backing sticks to the tape. So it just kind of holds on and then you can peel it off. Once you've peeled the backing off, wrap your candle. Make sure you're not overlapping. It just makes your life harder if you do overlap. It just takes longer to do the next step. Wrap this in the parchment paper. Okay, I got it. And now I have my mini press, and you just press. Pretty much melting the wax to grab on to the paper, to the napkin. Ooh. And then just keep checking to see how stuck on you are and when you can stop. Like where it's stuck on, it just looks like wax. Cool, eh? I don't know if you can see that, but it just looks like wax. Here's the finished product. Like the image is right in the wax. It looks like printed on. These were easy projects and so inexpensive. All I have left to do is to spray paint this to match, and then I can style everything. I'm thinking of doing a Christmas decorate with me video, so if you want to see the final look, subscribe and ring that notification bell. Thanks so much for watching, happy decorating, and I'll see you soon with another project. Bye! My chair just doesn't want to roll. It's like one of the wheels is just not, okay. Do we have volume? Okay, great. Product. That's not even what I was gonna say. So, now, my head is so good, and then I got mixed up. I don't think you wanna watch me keep sealing this, so I think I'll stop the camera.